Military top brass tell troops not to march in Ron Paul rally. An email leaked by multiple active duty personnel shows that the military has issued a warning to troops encouraging them not to take part in the upcoming Veterans for Ron Paul 2012 march in Washington on Monday. Quote, this is from the email, as a reminder, active duty personnel are prohibited by DoD Directive 1344-10, paragraph 41210, from marching in a partisan political parade, regardless of whether they are in uniform or civilian clothes, reads the email, which was sent from a Navy.mil address and eventually found its way to the organizer, Adam Kokesh, who, of course, was featured on this show. And you can go to Infowars.com, read the full email. But in this email, they add that even non-active duty and retired military, of course, this whole march is Veterans for Ron Paul. It's about, mainly people who've retired from the military. Even they cannot march, according to this intimidation tactic by the military. Even if they're not in uniform, they can't march. It says they cannot be seen to be endorsing a candidate, which, of course, is impossible. That's what the march is all about, endorsing Ron Paul. So the military is basically threatening people who've been out of the military for years, veterans, that they can't publicly support Ron Paul. And so again, despite the fact that Ron Paul has the most financial support from the military out of all the Republican candidates combined, more than Obama, more than everybody else put together, Romney, Gingrich, all of them, the top brass are trying to prevent Ron Paul from being seen in the eyes of the American people as having the support of the military. And so it's fine, to have Barack Obama doing a photo op with the troops. God forbid should veterans who've been retired for years have anything to do with Ron Paul. And of course, this is not the first time that the army has tried to sabotage and intimidate people for partaking in a Ron Paul rally. Remember the End the Fed rallies of 2008, which of course were organized by Ron Paul supporters. Ron Paul himself was in attendance at several of them, as was Alex Jones. And of course, the United States Army Reserve Command sent out an advisory to alert law enforcement or other military and intelligence agencies that these protests were taking place. In that instance, they were treating the free exercise of the First Amendment as a potential terrorist threat, during which the army were ready to be mobilized. So again, they're trying to pull the same stunt with this Ron Paul march on Monday. So, people should, of course, not be intimidated by these tactics. They're not going to court-martial thousands of people who are not even active duty in the military anymore. And so we encourage everyone who can make it to attend the march, Veterans for Ron Paul, which begins at the Washington Monument 12 noon and ends 3 p.m. at the White House on Monday.